Have you ever felt like your energy disappears the moment you try to please everyone? Like, no matter what you do, it's never enough for someone else. What if I told you that the secret to calm, confidence, and personal growth isn't in impressing the world, but in choosing yourself first? In this episode, we'll explore the transformative power of self-focus, the strength found in silence, and why stepping back from other people's expectations might just be the best decision you ever make. By the end of this episode, you'll understand why choosing yourself is not selfish, how silence can become your protective shield, and how letting your actions speak for themselves allows you to live a life full of clarity, energy, and purpose. Let's begin. We live in a world of constant attention. Notifications ping, messages arrive, and every action feels like it's being judged. We chase approval like a child chasing bubbles in the air, always moving, never catching, always exhausted. But here's the truth. Most people aren't watching as closely as you think. Most people are too busy managing their own lives. Their focus is on themselves, their struggles, their growth. So why do we give away so much of our energy trying to impress others? Why argue when it's unnecessary? Why feel drained from meaningless explanations? The first step towards self-respect is realizing that you do not need permission to live your life. You do not need validation to make a choice, to pursue a goal, or to step back from situations that drain you. Imagine your energy as water. If you pour it into leaky cups, no matter how much you have, it disappears. When you choose yourself, you start pouring your energy into containers that hold it, preserve it, grow it, your goals, your peace, your well-being. And here's something interesting. When you stop performing, something magical happens. People notice you less, but not in a negative way. They notice you differently. They notice your calm, your clarity, your confidence. This is the paradox of self-focus. By stepping back from attention, you become more present, more magnetic, more powerful. Silence is often misunderstood. Many see silence as weakness, hesitation, or loneliness, but silence is none of these things. Silence is control. When you speak less, you see more. You hear intentions, not just words. You notice patterns. You notice truth that words often hide. Every word you speak carries energy. Every explanation, every justification, every story you tell takes a piece of your mental strength. When you learn to hold back, to observe quietly, you protect that energy. Silence also allows your actions to speak louder than words ever could. In a world where everyone wants to be heard, the person who moves quietly with purpose becomes remarkable without trying. There's also a deep personal benefit. Silence allows for introspection. When the world is noisy, you cannot hear yourself. When you step back and embrace quiet, you rediscover your thoughts, your priorities, your true goals. Yes, silence can feel uncomfortable at first. Many people fear being quiet or withdrawn, but discomfort is part of growth. The moment you accept silence, you step into freedom. Many people think prioritizing themselves is selfish, but here's a truth most overlook. You cannot pour from an empty cup. If you are drained, anxious, exhausted from trying to please everyone else, you have nothing left for meaningful work, deep relationships, or personal growth. Choosing yourself is not about ignoring others. It's about recharging, preserving your ability to give. Consider this. If you are constantly bending to external expectations, you stop growing. You remain the version of yourself that others prefer, not the version that is evolving. Real growth requires boundaries. Real healing requires choosing peace over performance. Self-focus is also a shield. It protects you from unnecessary drama, from the silent judgments of others, from the pressure to explain yourself constantly. Life becomes simpler, cleaner, more intentional when you let go of the need to justify every choice. When you choose yourself, you teach others how to treat you. Boundaries communicate respect, not distance. Quiet confidence commands attention without force. Privacy ensures your progress is not derailed by opinions or distractions. When you choose to keep your goals private, you are not hiding. You are protecting your potential. Some people will celebrate your plans. Others may quietly hope you fail. And the truth is, there's no need to invite judgment into your process. Imagine your goals as a small seed. You plant it in fertile soil, and you care for it quietly without telling the world. What happens? It grows stronger, roots deeper, until one day it breaks the surface, resilient, unstoppable. When you announce goals too early, before the work is done, you invite doubt, noise, distraction. By staying silent, you protect the energy of creation itself. So, the principle is simple. Talk less, move more, let results introduce you. And this extends beyond goals, to daily life, to your habits, to the way you treat yourself. Keep some things sacred, some moments private, and let the quiet strength of action do the talking. Drama thrives on attention. Arguments, insults, gossip, they only live because you react. When you stop reacting, you starve the drama. Silence becomes your ally. Your calm becomes your shield. It is not weakness to ignore insults. It is strength. And strength often feels uncomfortable to others because it does not respond to provocation. It simply exists. There is a story of a man who was constantly criticized at work. Every comment, every rumor, he could have explained, defended, or argued, but he chose silence. He focused on results instead, and within a year, his work spoke louder than any words ever could. You see, reactions give power. Silence takes it away. By not explaining, by not defending, by not chasing attention, you reclaim control, and your energy becomes untouchable. The mind is restless. It wanders to the opinions of others, to comparisons, to what-if questions that drain you. Training your mind is learning to return home, to yourself. Every time your thoughts drift, gently bring them back to your goals, your growth, your peace. You know you are truly focused when you stop watching other people's lives like movies, when you stop comparing your chapter 2 to someone else's chapter 20, when you move calmly, quietly, consistently, without needing applause. This is not easy, but it is transformative. It takes patience, repetition, and self-compassion, meditation, journaling, reflective walks. Any practice that returns you to yourself is valuable. Over time, the mind becomes like a home, safe, calm, and welcoming. Let me share a metaphor. Choosing yourself while remaining silent is like working on a masterpiece in a locked studio. If you keep opening the door to show passers-by your unfinished sketches, the dust, the noise, the distractions will ruin your work. But if you close the door, if you work quietly, thoughtfully, when the masterpiece is finally ready, it speaks for itself. Strong, complete, undeniable. Another example. Imagine a garden. You can shout about your seeds, water them in public, but the garden only thrives when tended with care, attention, and patience, often away from eyes that do not understand its value. The message is simple. Your growth, your progress, your healing does not need validation to exist. It does not require explanation to be real. So, what have we learned today? Choosing yourself is not selfish. It is self-preservation. It is clarity. Silence is not emptiness. It is protection, reflection, and strength. By keeping some things private, by stepping back from drama, by training your mind to return to yourself, you create a life that is intentional, powerful, and peaceful. Let the world be loud. You do not have to be. Let your actions speak. Let your growth speak. Let your life quietly, powerfully show what words cannot. Remember, you are allowed to choose yourself without guilt, without noise, without explanation. So, what have we learned today? Choosing yourself is not selfish. It is self-preservation. It is clarity. Silence is not emptiness. It is protection, reflection, and strength. By keeping some things private, by stepping back from drama, by training your mind to return to yourself, you create a life that is intentional, powerful, and peaceful. Let the world be loud. You do not have to be. Let your actions speak. Let your growth speak. Let your life quietly, powerfully show what words cannot. Remember, you are allowed to choose yourself without guilt, without noise, without explanation. Thank you for listening. May your journey inward be calm, clear, and transformative.